What is good, Am I Live Now clones? Welcome back to the channel. It is Am I Live Now? And I hope you guys are having a great start of your day. If you're starting your day about to eat breakfast, I hope you enjoy your nutrition. Or if you're the type of person that doesn't eat breakfast and are fasting to take out the negative bacteria and parasites out of your body to be able to rejuvenate yourself, that is good job, good job. Or if you're the type of person is going throughout your day, you might be going to work or you might be at work and you're on break and you're just trying to get some great information, I welcome you, I welcome you, I welcome all walks of life. Or if you're the type of person that can't just go to sleep and you might have insomnia and it's hard for you to go to sleep and it might be 2 or 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, you're just trying to get some good game before you go to sleep and get some great information, I welcome you as well. When you see this, what day you see this, what month you see this, what year you see this, what eon you see this, what era you see this, all that I'm hoping for that you are on your way to finding peace, which is enlightenment within your own mind capacity. And if you don't believe in peace, I just hope you are accomplishing your goals and reaching your goals to the point where you are not hurting, hindering, or killing anybody to get to where you want to reach, okay? Don't forget. All right. With that being said, today's video is going to be a very, very relatable topic. And it's going to be a video that is going to help you benefit yourself and help you evolve as a human being. I just want you guys to know, in this channel, we do take notes. So if you haven't already, I want you guys to take out a pen and a pad or a notebook and a pencil. Or if you have notes on your iPhone, use that to be able to write them down, right? If you're on this channel and you have that icon where you could just swipe down and then the video will continue playing, you just go on your notes and just get some great information while you're listening to this informative video, okay? All right, so without further ado, today's video is going to be about why you have to watch out for people who don't have your best interest, okay? Let's get a little snap for that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be more consistent on that after the topics that is being said. So why is this important? Well, let's get into the meat. No diddy. A crucial reminder why you have to watch out for people who don't have your best interest. Being mindful of others' intentions is essential for protecting your well-being and achieving your goals, okay? So we're going to start off with the first objective, which is reasons to be cautious. All right, let's continue. Self-serving motives. Some individuals may prioritize their own interests over your potential. Okay, so some individuals may prioritize, okay, their own interests over yours, all right, potentially harming you in the process. That's valid. Toxic relationships. Relationships with people who don't have your best interests can be draining, stressful, and damaging to your mental health, okay? Third, subjective. Manipulation and exploitation. People with ulterior motives may try to manipulate or exploit you for their own gain. This is valid, very valid. All right. So within that being said, let's break this down from bottom up. Manipulation and exploitation. So basically, if you're a person that is super kind, super selfless, you may be in a predicament where you are being manipulated for people to exploit you for their own gain. Exploiting meaning that they are basically using your kindness as weakness so they can level up and leave you on the bottom. Layman terms. Toxic relationships. Okay, so depending on what kind of person you are or what kind of individual you're dealing with, you are usually going to have certain habits that you notice, or you might have certain traits within yourself that you are reliving, meaning that if a person doesn't tie their shoes and they keep tripping on the floor and you tell them and they don't listen, So that is a habit, that is a toxic trait, because you're looking out for them, but they're not listening, and they end up tripping anyways, right? That's just a little layman example, all right? So self-serving motives, okay? Meaning, if someone has an idea to level both of you individuals up, one individual might tell that person to wait a moment. Let's work on me first, and let's forget about that person, because that is more serving to that individual, which can you both be served, and that individual has a perspective of opportunist, meaning that whatever situation that is beneficial to that person, they'll automatically take it before they let the other individual know. Okay, that is a self-serving motive, subjective portion. So that was from bottom to top, and then we are going to continue on to the second objective, which is signs to look out for. All right, the first subjective is inconsistent behavior. Pay attention to inconsistencies between their words and actions. Okay. Second subjective, lack of empathy. Be wary of individuals who show little empathy or concern for your feelings and needs. All right. Selfishness. Notice if someone consistently prioritizes their own needs and desires over yours. All right. So to go over that real quick from top to bottom, it's going to be like this. So first it says inconsistent behavior. Let's say that you're with an individual in your job, right? And you need them to be able to reply to you at a certain manner of time. And because you're working on a project, you guys need to communicate. But because the person is lackadaisical in a way, you're not going to be able to get that response in time so you can continue working on the project. So now, in a way, you're going to be able to be slowed down. You're not going to be able to accomplish the project at the certain time you need to. And it might not be the best product that you can put out because of the person's lackadaisical personality, right? So that in a way is an inconsistent behavior, because they're not consistent on giving you feedback for the project so you can have the best product for making the project and putting out the project at a certain time of duration that it needs to be done by. Okay, so lack of empathy, right? When you're thinking about how people are not as considerate as they should be. So for example, you're always holding the door for a person after class or after work, you know what I'm saying? Or just at a Chipotle or whatever. And, you see this person every day, so you decide to, let them hold the door for you. But at the end of the day, what happens is they actually just open the door for themselves. Okay, so that's just lack of empathy within that individual. So you have to be wary what kind of individuals you are surrounding yourself with. Okay, this is very important. So now look at this. Selfishness. Okay, my bad if I said selfishness, but it's selfishness. Okay, so basically people that are putting their needs first, putting themselves first, and not really acknowledging which is best for you. They're only focusing on what's best for them. All right, so don't forget. So boom, the third objective is protecting yourself. And if you guys don't know, this is another late night, early morning Am I Alive Now video. All right, within these videos, what I do is I use my sleep deprivation and I talk very freely, and I'm very zen within these videos. And I do have less basically spunk or like charisma. These videos are more so for my spirit to speak freely within the end of this duration, I usually would be able to give you guys some more of 2 cents. And I'll usually use my subconscious to talk instead of my consciousness, so that you guys can get real good knowledge that is more so coming from receivements of streams. Okay, so let's continue. Third objective is protecting yourself. Okay, so one of the 3 subjectives are: set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries to protect your time, energy, and emotions. It's very important. So now, the second subjective out of the 3 is trust your instincts. Okay, this is where intuition plays a big factor. So what does it say? It says this: pay attention to your intuition and trust your instincts. Okay, so it says pay attention to your intuition and trust your instincts when interacting with others. All right, so the third subjective out of the 3, it is surround yourself with positivity. Cultivate relationships with people who support and uplift you. All right, this is the conclusion. All right, so in conclusion, watching out for people who don't have your best interests is crucial for protecting your well-being and achieving your goals. By being aware of potential threats, setting boundaries, and surrounding yourself with positive influencers, you can safeguard your emotional and mental health. Prioritize your own needs and trust your instincts to build a stronger, more resilient self. Okay? So, with that being said, that was it for the generalized data. So I like to get a little personal, you know what I'm saying? Give you generalized data and I give you just personal data. So, why you have to watch out people that don't have your best interests is more so to the point where you're understanding that there's some predicaments in life and situations and scenarios that you're going to be put in, and you're going to have to get tested either by individuals, the creator, the devil, okay, and so on, right? That when you are aware of the prior patterns, the things that happened before, you can have better judgment and discernment. For example, when you talk about a person that you are trying to guide in a positive structure, and when you think about how you're telling, I'm just going to use the last example I used, about, tying your shoes and essentially you tripping over your own shoes that are not tied, and basically because of the fact that you're arrogant or ignorant or just, stubborn, and you just don't want to learn, right? You continue to get tripped over by your own self. And it is because you decide to not take the guidance of this individual that is letting you know, tie your shoes so you don't have to trip. Then you are becoming a person that is closed-minded, right? Depending on what kind of individual you are, you may be the person that's giving guidance. You may be the person that is stubborn and doesn't want to actually listen, okay? This predicament goes to show that the interest that is best for you is being told. If you decide to not basically abide by those interests, then essentially that's you putting yourself in a hole, right? Because you're not noticing your patterns, okay? Patterns meaning things that are continuously happening in a certain structure, all right? And when you think about this, it goes to show that even you yourself might not have your best interests, right? Because the fact that you have certain emotions and thoughts that are not even your thoughts, to the point where you can't even understand what are your true thoughts. Okay, this is very valid. This is very imperative in a perspective. So just understand that you have to be able to have certain acceptance so you can be able to evolve, so you can understand certain types of observations and watch out for people that, you know, even in yourself, that might not have the best interest in yourself. And that's very important, because sometimes we think that everybody doesn't have our best interests, and honestly a lot of people do, and you know, some don't, of course. But when you think about yourself, you don't think about that. You don't even think about that you yourself might not have your best interests, because the reasons I said prior. And if you didn't understand, it's because you have certain emotions and thoughts that are not even yours, and you basically have blended those ideals with your personality. And now that you have those ideals, you basically have a certain cognitive structure that doesn't really uplift you. And then you're understanding that even you yourself cannot be wanting the best for you or having the best interest for yourself. So that is a perspective that I would like to say. If you guys did like this video, all I want you guys to do is like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, if you found this video very informal, and if you really took notes down and you became more of a productive individual, all I want you guys to do is like, comment, share, subscribe. It does go a long way. It does help my channel fluctuate within the algorithm, and it does help my message get out there to the people that need to hear it. It's very important. And I think that it will help the world in multifaceted variations, and it will help you, the viewer that is learning from this. You feel me? Because I look at watching it as sometimes negative connotation, but yeah. And watch out for the people who don't have your best interests at heart, because this is very important. So without further ado, it's my live now. If you guys did resonate with this video, all I just want you guys to do is like, comment, share, and subscribe. It is Am I Live Now? Oh, it is Am I Live Now? And I'm out.